Right now.
A storage unit fire caused 22 units to receive heavy damage. Coming up, how crews were able to get it under control with a little help from the building itself, and what Fire Chief Hood had to say.
A grass fire in South Bexar County threatening livestock and homes. Why the current weather conditions are working against firefighters. Coming up next.
And the surge in COVID cases making election season more difficult. We're hearing how our local elections office is being impacted and what it means for voters. But first, we begin with dry weather conditions in our area and a fire danger that's only expected to increase.
And you just saw a moment ago, crews already dealing with a fire this afternoon. Meteorologist Katie Blake joins us now. And Katie, wind seems to be a really big concern here.
Yeah, that's going to be the big problem as we head into the start of the weekend tomorrow. Now, today it's been a little breezy. Winds currently at the airport are down to just 5 miles per hour, but we've had a few wind gusts, especially late this afternoon, up near 20-25 miles per hour. Winds are starting to drop and relax a bit, and really light winds for any evening plans you may have. But look what's going on across parts of the Texas Panhandle. There's our cold front that moves through overnight. Winds previously, just in the last hour, have gusted as high as 66 miles per hour in Amarillo. They're gusting to 45 there now, but some big time wind is on the way. Through midnight, winds will stay on the lighter side, but look what happens during the overnight hours while we're sleeping. 3 a.m. wind gusts up near 40 miles per hour, and we're looking at wind gusts peaking near 50 miles per hour at times during the first part of the day on Saturday, but it will stay plenty windy even into Saturday afternoon. Winds will start to relax as we get into Saturday night and Sunday. So it's the wind and our dry conditions contributing to the very high fire danger tomorrow. I'll show you that graphic coming up in just a few minutes. We'll also talk about the rest of your weekend as winds relax on Sunday. Light freeze possible early in the day. And then Monday for the holiday, very nice, sunny and closer to 70. So we'll talk about all this and more coming up in just a little bit. Stephen, Myra.
All right, Katie, thanks. We'll see you in a bit. We continue our team coverage on the ground where that brush fire ripped through this afternoon.
Yeah, fire officials say it's now up to 190 acres burned. No one's been injured. No structures have been damaged yet, but crews are getting ready to start a new fire in a strategic way to hopefully save homes close to the fire line.
Our Patty Santos is live along Highway 1604 and Senior Road with a closer look at that strategy. Patty.
Yeah, you can actually see the plume of smoke right behind me where that controlled burn has just been started. You could actually see some flames right through these trees. And what they're trying to do is they're going to try to burn all this dry vegetation to make sure that none of these sparks, if the wind returns, comes back across the road and into the town of Somerset. But this is what it looks like from Sky 12. You can just see how close that fire came to homes and barns. Firefighters are paying very close attention to the direction of the wind right now. The wind was going towards the north, but it's expected to shift south later tonight, and that could potentially reignite hotspots that could be the fuel to the remaining brush in the nearby homes. Take a listen to what the strategy is.
A backburn is an operation where you set fire to existing vegetation to take away fuel from a possible fire, so that should it reignite and burn towards that area, that basically nothing is left to burn.
And they're using a helicopter in a nearby pond to fight the fire from up above in an area where trucks cannot reach the fire. Firefighters are going to be here for a while to keep an eye on this fire. And this is not the only fire that Bexar County crews are dealing with right now. Just outside city limits, John Paul Barajas is monitoring a storage facility fire that's keeping the fire crews busy there.
That's right, Patty. We're on the corner of Blanco and Talavera Parkway where a storage unit here caught fire and quickly spread. A total of 22 units took on heavy damage, but luckily no firefighters or bystanders were hurt. Now, Chief Hood says the fire could have been a lot worse, but thanks to a firewall in the building, it kept the flames from spreading to even more units or other buildings. Even with the help, this was a long job for crews here because they had to pull everything out of the 22 units to make sure nothing was smoldering. On top of that, there was also a chemical concern, so hazmat units were also on scene.
Do have some vehicles inside, fuels, pool chemicals, pesticides, all of those things that could be a hazard to us. Also, people's precious belongings that they store in a storage unit.
And at this time, the total cost and damage is unknown because Chief Hood said each unit will vary depending on what people had inside. As for the cause of the fire, they are still investigating. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thanks, John Paul. Let's turn now to the pandemic. We received the latest updated case counts in Bexar County just about 90 minutes ago. Health officials saying there are no new deaths to report today. However, there are nearly 3,800 new COVID-19 cases. But that is a drop in the daily case counts that we have seen this week. There are 1,028 patients hospitalized with COVID this evening. 214 are in the ICU. And also tonight, there are 76 patients who are on ventilators.
New at 6, early voting for the March primary starts in 2 weeks. There'll be the first election since SB 1 was signed into law, with controversial changes in how Texans vote.
Between that and now this record number of COVID-19 cases, Jesse DeGollado tells us the Bexar County Elections Administrator has her hands full.
I guess the word of the day is fluid.
With yet another surge of COVID cases on top of the state legislature's changes in voting laws,
it's absolutely a learning curve. We're all working our way through it.
For starters, the Wonderland Mall vaccination site doubled as a polling site last year. But now that it's also a COVID testing site, voting may not be possible here or at 2 other early voting sites.
So it just depends on how long this surge lasts.
She says the surge also has impacted her elections office. As of Friday, 4 of its 21 employees were out sick. It has others on standby, much like substitute teachers who are in short supply these days.
We'll see. We may be in that same boat, but I pray we're not.
But when voting actually begins,
we don't expect any of our workers to back out.
Callanan says like last year, they'll have all the PPE they need to stay as safe as possible. Then there's SB 1, signed into law last year. Its biggest impact, says Callanan, is what's required to get a mail-in ballot.
They now must provide either their Texas driver's license or the last 4 of their social.
Yet in spite of that and other changes, says Callanan,
we'll have a successful election. I don't have any doubt in that.
Jesse DeGollado, KSAT 12 News.
A new initiative to help Latino-owned businesses thrive kicking off on the West Side. The Star West initiative was born out of a program by the Aspen Institute. 6 majority Latino cities across the country were picked where local partners could strengthen Latino small business ecosystems.
What's different about this moment in time is also the investments, trillions of dollars coming down to communities across the country. And the cities that are not connected, are not networked, will be the cities left behind. And I am sure you agree with me that we cannot let that happen here in San Antonio.
A group of the local organizations has been developing strategies to help local businesses succeed. The nonprofit Prosper West San Antonio running point on this local initiative. So if you want more information, that's where you should call. We have an update involving a woman killed in a semi-truck crash yesterday afternoon. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says the victim was 78 years old. At this time, her identity has not been released. Sheriff's deputies say the crash happened at the intersection of Loop 1604 West and FM 143 south of Highway 90. The area shut down for several hours as crews worked to clear up the scene.
A woman is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after she was hit by a car. San Antonio police say the woman's Chevy stalled out along Highway 151 near Southwest 36th Street. She got out of her car to flag down other drivers. But the driver of a Hyundai was not able to stop in time. The woman was hit, so was her car. Both the woman and the other driver involved were taken to the hospital. That driver of the second car will not be facing any charges. A third person is behind bars days after a man and woman were tied up and assaulted at a San Antonio apartment. Take a look. This is 35-year-old Crystal Rose Villarreal. Police arresting her last night for her alleged role in the January 7th assaults. Her capture follows the arrests of 38-year-old Alfred Bela Jr. and 29-year-old Juanita Rosa. They're both charged with 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping. The victims told police they were tied up and assaulted, but managed to escape that apartment.
A man in serious condition tonight after officers tell us he was stabbed several times in the stomach. Happened around 10 last night at the Indian Hollow Apartments on West Avenue near Wurzbach Parkway. That's where police say the man was stabbed several times by a woman he knew. Police say an argument between the two led to the stabbing. The man rushed to the hospital. At last check, he was in critical condition. Billions of dollars dedicated to repairing bridges across the country still ahead. How much of that is going to Texas and which bridges in San Antonio are being considered?
Talk about lucky. Tonight at 10, you're going to hear from a man who's counting his blessings. The big item that he had just removed from a storage unit before the entire place caught fire, damaging 22 units earlier today. Plus, you know, many of you have asked whether your masks are good enough. And tonight, we're going to answer that question. You're going to hear from a medical expert who's going to explain how you can test whether your mask can keep you safe from COVID. And that's just the beginning. We have a lot more for you on the Night Beat. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Stephanie. Let's take you back live now to South Bexar County. This is 1604 and Senior Road near Somerset. We told you about a back burn that they were doing to try to ensure that the fire that is happening there right now doesn't come back towards the city of Somerset itself.
We have such dry conditions right now. If you're watching at 5 o'clock, or Patty Santos out there live, you could touch the grass and hear it crunch. That's really what's been fueling this fire that started earlier this afternoon. So as Steve mentioned, crews now trying to get this under their control to try to get rid of all of that dry brush that could potentially spark up. As we know, we're going to get winds, higher winds later on tonight and tomorrow. So trying to get rid of all of that could burn in order to keep homes safe.
Yeah, that dry, brittle fuel for the fire they're hoping to get rid of in case the winds change. And of course, we'll continue to monitor that situation out there. And Katie will give us just how windy it's going to be this weekend. But right now, let's talk a little traffic.
Texas will receive $500 million to help pay for bridge improvements and repairs, money coming from the infrastructure bill.
Our Samuel King joins us now. Sam, this is aimed at bridges in poor or fair condition, right?
That's right, Steve and Myra. Close to 1,000 bridges in Bexar County are considered in fair condition, while just fewer than 10 are considered in poor condition. Now, TxDOT defines bridges in poor condition as those exhibiting signs of advanced structural deterioration, but not necessarily unsafe. One on the list is on the northeast side. This is the heavily traveled I-35 bridge over Eisenhower Road. It is one of the most traveled bridges in the state that is considered in poor condition. Of course, TxDOT plans to dramatically reshape the expressway in the coming years as part of the I-35 Northeast Expansion Project. Another bridge you see there is on the east side. This is the Walter Street Bridge over the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. More good news here for that bridge. That's expected to be repaired in the coming years, maybe construction starting as soon as this year. One neighbor told me they'll be glad to see the investment in the neighborhood, even if it will likely mean more traffic tie-ups in that neighborhood in the interim. But we were out there today and you can see that bridge does need some repairs. Nationwide, the Bridge Formula program is expected to help repair approximately 15,000 bridges. This is one of the largest investments in bridges since interstates were discovered or built back in the 1950s. Busy evening on the roads. This is Loop 410 at Ingram heading north and east. You can see several lanes closed there because of a crash. Emergency crews there on the scene. You see the signage telling you that right there. Let's take a look at that delay heading 15 minutes between 151 and I-10, 11 minutes in the other direction. Still watching this here, 90 westbound at 36th Street, and we can take a look at that area right now. Get the right number here, number 3. There it is. And you can see that's getting a little bit better. We showed you that at 5. There are more lanes blocked there, Steve and Myra.
All right, thanks, Sam. Let's take a look outside with live cam right now, 70 degrees, and we know we've got some really big changes headed this way, something definitely to pay attention to, Katie.
Yeah, definitely. If you've got friends or family that maybe they've had a lot going on this week, haven't been paying very close attention to the weather because it's been so nice the last couple of days, give them a heads up. The outdoor patio and backyard furniture, lawn ornaments, they will need to be secured by tonight because overnight and tomorrow morning, things could start to go flying. I want to touch on our drought situation. That is a player in the fire risk for tomorrow, not just here in South Central Texas, but also in parts of West Texas. So 3 months ago, only 15% of the state of Texas was in drought. But as of this week, 82% of the state is in drought, and there is a large swath of extreme drought out closer to Big Bend, up near the Concho Valley, and then in parts of the Panhandle. We've got some extreme drought, but but a more widespread moderate to severe drought in our area. So that vegetation brush is very, very dry. And that's one player in our fire danger conditions for tomorrow. The other two players, very low relative humidity. Our air is already pretty dry. It's only going to get drier behind tonight's front. And then, of course, the gusty winds that can make any fire much harder to contain and get under control. This map here is courtesy of the Texas A&M Forest Service, and this highlights the fire danger for tomorrow. We are at a very high fire danger risk tomorrow. Here's San Antonio, Bexar County, I-35 there, areas west, all in this peachy color. That's a very high fire danger risk for tomorrow. So essentially, the entire KSAT viewing area is under that very high risk. Outdoor burning of any kind, please, please do not do it. Be very cautious with any open flame tomorrow because like we saw today, it wasn't even terribly windy today, but that brush fire got started and it's been somewhat difficult to contain. Could be even harder to contain any fires that start tomorrow, so please be very careful. Temperatures outside right now, it is nice and comfy. 72 at the airport, 68 Kerrville, 80 in Cotulla. It's unseasonably warm, but with a lower humidity, it's been fairly comfortable. So tonight, this evening, really pleasant weather out there, light winds, clear skies, aside from some high thin clouds and temperatures falling through the 50s. So if you'll be out late tonight, maybe a light jacket or a light sweater, but overall, it will be really comfortable. Changes, though, they are not far away. Big storm system churning here in the Central Plains, dumping some heavy snow across parts of Iowa. This will be dropping south tonight, so parts of Arkansas and Missouri, prepping for some winter weather there. There's the cold front. It's already moving through the Texas Panhandle, and it will continue to drop south overnight. Really quickly, I want to highlight the issues that this storm system is going to cause elsewhere across the country. Some winter weather tonight, tomorrow morning for Missouri, Arkansas, and then even for parts of the deep south tomorrow into tomorrow night. Winter weather possible across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. And then as we get into Sunday night and Monday, this will be an issue for the Northeast. Unfortunately, not that we want winter weather, but we would like a little bit of rain with this front. That would help us out. That's just not in the cards. And again, the focus is going to be on the wind. So I'm starting you at 3 o'clock in the morning. After midnight, that's when we'll start to see our wind gusts really increase. So even by 2, 3 a.m., we've got wind gusts up near 40, 45 miles per hour, peaking around 50 early in the day on Saturday through about lunchtime. After lunchtime into the afternoon, wind gusts will gradually start to let up, but they'll still be 35, 40 miles per hour. So unless you're really paying very close attention to the wind speeds throughout the day, I don't think you'll notice much of a change. So just plan on windy conditions all day tomorrow. It is worth noting that tomorrow is also going to be a lot cooler behind this cold front. We'll start you off in the mid 40s, only warming to the mid 50s in the afternoon, despite full sunshine. So when this front comes in and it's colder, it's not going to be gray and overcast. We will have plenty of sun, but it will definitely feel significantly cooler. Light freeze possible Sunday morning. Very pleasant after tomorrow. Once we get past tomorrow, things will be really nice for the rest of the weekend. We do have some low-end rain chances late next week. Keep your fingers crossed that maybe we can up those a bit because as you saw, we really need the rain, guys.
So tomorrow, not a good day for golf.
No.
No?
Well, if you're with the wind, it wouldn't be bad.
It just, maybe it could improve, my swing.
Just don't slice it.
Yeah, just don't slice.
Well, I'm out.
Yeah. All right, so the Spurs take on Cleveland, and this is a rejuvenated Cleveland Cavaliers team.
It is. I don't know the last time they faced the Spurs and they had a better record than the San Antonio Spurs. So, yeah, Cleveland definitely playing some good basketball. The Spurs not so much, but it's because they've been so short-handed. But the silver lining, Joshua Primo has seen some extended playing time, which can only benefit him. Plus, 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa feels he can get to Dak in wild card action. Coming up.
The offense has done a great job leading up to this moment, and we've definitely peaked at the right time. So I think it's a tremendous opportunity for us come Sunday.
Mari Cooper feels confident the boys can score points on the Niners in Big Board Sports. Spurs host Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Cleveland's only regular season visit to San Antonio. The Spurs have lost 4 straight. The Cavs, well, they've won 2 in a row. Guards Derek White and Trey Jones remain out due to COVID-19 health and safety protocols. During this stretch of losing up to 6 players due to COVID-19 protocols, we got an extended glimpse of the future in shooting guard Joshua Primo. He started the past 4 games and averaged 29 minutes and 9 points, well above his season averages of 14 minutes and 4.5 points. The 19-year-old has grown thanks to all of the extra minutes.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had to take on a lot bigger of a role on this team. So, I mean, with new responsibilities comes a little bit more confidence as you continue to get adjusted. So, I mean, I think I've been trying to do my best in the position I've been put in. So, just going back to having the guys coming back in, it's going to be fun just knowing that I'm a little bit more comfortable.
Here's the matchup. The Spurs will host the Cavaliers tonight at 7:30. Now, Cleveland beat the shorthanded Utah Jazz 111-91 Wednesday night, leading wire to wire. Lamar Stevens scored 15 of his career best 23 points in the third quarter for the Cavs. Utah had 4 players out due to COVID-19 health and safety protocols, including Rudy Gobert, Hassan Whiteside, and Rudy Gay. Jordan Clarkson led the Jazz with 22 points.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
NFL wildcard weekend kicks off tomorrow with 2 games, followed by 3 more games on Sunday, including the 49ers at the Cowboys. San Francisco is 10-7, finished 3rd in the NFC West. Dallas 12-5 and won the NFC East. But some feel this is a bad matchup for the Cowboys because of how the Niners run the ball and defend the ball. They are 7th overall in both those categories. Here's Amari Cooper on that outside noise.
Don't really matter what outsiders say. I mean, at the end of the day, it's why the game is played. You know, if the game was won by what people believe will happen, then why even play the game? You know, like I said before, at the end of the day, to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we're going to have to play every team anyways, unless we're hoping that a team loses. Like, who does that? So, nah, man, we just going to go out there and play our game. And that's why we practice so hard. That's why we prepare so hard, so that we can go out there and beat anybody.
Niners defensive end Nick Bosa is having a career season with 52 tackles and 15.5 sacks, 4th most of the season. He says Cowboys tackles Tyron Smith and La'el Collins are both talented players and that Tyron is having a Hall of Fame career, but Nick feels he'll be able to exploit those 2.
They're definitely beatable. There's tape on them getting beat, and we're trying to do the same. But they've definitely been in and out of the lineup a lot this year and the past years, so just game plan is to make them work.
Bosa had a whopping 32 QB hits in the regular season, 3rd most in the NFL. And in more Cowboys news, right guard Zach Martin, linebacker Micah Parsons, and cornerback Trayvon Diggs all made the AP NFL All-Pro team.
It's just a matchup you love, though. I mean, Cowboys-Niners, they've had such great playoff matchups over the years, so I'm looking forward to it.
Same here.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Our KSAT Q&A up next. We've all been there. You get the hiccups, and no matter what you do, you just can't get them to stop. Well, there was a local doctor who says that he has invented something that can fix all of this. Dr. Ali Saifi of the Long School of Medicine at UT Health San Antonio, inventor of the Hickaway. And since it's right behind you there, we're going to just go ahead and say it. You're going to be on Shark Tank to pitch this idea. So let's start from the very beginning. What actually causes hiccups?
So that's a very good question. You know, hiccups are sudden spasms of the diaphragm muscle, which is a muscle here. And this will be following by sudden closure of the valve in our throat, which is our glottis. So anything can trigger this spasm, such as, you know, if you eat fast or spicy food or alcohol beverage or carbonated soda. So any of these things, it can trigger the spasm of the diaphragm. And this will be suddenly send a message to the brain and to our throat and close our glottis. And you're going to hear that famous hic sound of hiccups.
Yeah, it's fascinating how this all works scientifically. I've actually had the hiccups on the air before, so we went through a bunch of different myths in different ways, but I want to know about your device. I want to know about the Hickaway. How does it work to combat hiccups?
So very good. So the device actually is a simple straw, but the magic part is the bottom part, which has a pressure valve. So the way it works is based on one of the science, they call it like Bernoulli principle, which is like a physics law. And when somebody drinks the water through this, because of the pressure valve, which is at the bottom part here, it activates the diaphragm to a certain pressure that when the muscle of diaphragm goes to that pressure, it stops those sudden spasms that happen in diaphragm. And it resets the nerves in the brain, and instantly it can stop the hiccups.
So this isn't just an ordinary straw, though. I mean, you have to really, videos I've seen, it looks like you have to really apply pressure in order to make it work. Right. Is that right?
Right. So in simple word, if you consider if you drink from a regular straw, drinking water through a straw, the effort that you need to drink the water through this, it's almost 5 times more than a regular straw. That's why you need lots of pressure and effort through your diaphragm muscle. And that's that high effort, which is about like 100 centimeters of pressure. That is the key that stops those spasms in diaphragm.
All right, now I want to know about Shark Tank. You went on Shark Tank. Obviously, it's on ABC. We show it here on KSAT 12. What was that like? I mean, you've already been there, right? And yes. When will we be able to see it on KSAT?
Yeah, so the Shark Tank actually filmed a few months ago, and it will be aired next Friday at 7 p.m., like exactly Saturday, 7 p.m. next week. It was very interesting experience for me. You know, as a doctor, I'm not a TV or a showman, so it was the first time I was, going live on a TV, and such a great, TV show. It was fascinating. And let's wait for another week to see what are the results next week.
Yeah, did you go by yourself, or did you bring a family member or a colleague with you?
Yeah, it was 3 of us. It's myself and the business person that helped me to make this, and our marketing person.
Okay, so the Shark Tank appearance is going to be right after this newscast, 1 week from today, next Friday at 7 o'clock. And I know you can't talk about what happened, so we got to watch. Okay.
Yes, you have to wait.
So of all the things, I mean, why did you decide this is something you wanted to put your mind to invent something to stop the hiccups?
Good question. I'm a neurointensivist. It means that I see patients with brain injuries and, brain emergencies. So long story short, in 2015, I was seeing a patient in University Hospital in San Antonio. And then the patient had a brain injury, but the patient had hiccups because of the brain injury. So the patient was suffering much more from the hiccups than the stroke. So when I entered the room to see the patient, and he said, "You know what, doctor, you guys have treatment for everything, like cancer, you have treatment for heart attack, for stroke, but not for such a simple thing as hiccups." So he couldn't sleep all night because of hiccups. So at that moment, I said, you know what, that might be something I can go for it. And I started to read about it. And shortly, I noticed there is nothing in the world to stop hiccups. There is no simple remedy or nothing that you can do it instantly. And that's why I started to research, and we did actually a prospective research study on about 600 people that they had hiccups. And then we gave them this device for 4 months, and they tested and compared this device to the home remedies. And after 4 months, we collected the data and we compared it. And we found actually a very interesting result. We had like more than 90% effectiveness compared to the home remedies.
Is there a home remedy that works better than other home remedies?
Very good question. The interesting part is that most of home remedies, they have some scientific background.
Okay.
Like the way that home remedies work, they are working somehow on the diaphragm muscle, or they work on the nerves that go to our throat. But the problem is that most of the home remedies, either they're not reaching that threshold of that pressure that I mentioned earlier, or they only work transiently on one of these nerves. But the thing that we did at University of Texas in San Antonio Health Science Center was we combined all of these remedies in one unique thing that you can activate the nerves at the same time with the amount of pressure that you need to reach to that.
All right, I have a question. It's HICC away. Can you get that? Can you get one of these devices now?
Yes, actually, right now for people in Texas, we have it in all the HEBs as over the counter. You can go to drugstore shelf and it's over the counter, as well as all like in Amazon. So online Amazon, you can buy it on Amazon, and also Hiccups.com. So Hiccups.com, Amazon, and HEB stores.
Yeah, I need one to keep in my desk and at home.
I know, that's always a fear. You get them right before the show.
You don't have to give me one for free. I appreciate it, but this will come in handy. I've had this problem before.
I know, it's not wood, but you know.
Yeah.
Dr. Ali Saifi, UT Health San Antonio, inventor of the Hiccups. We're going to look for you next Friday, 7 o'clock, right after this newscast on Shark Tank. We will see what happens.
Yes.
Have a great weekend. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's a look at 1604 at Hausmann. Some slow traffic there, and it'll be even slower come Sunday night. There will be some alternating lane closures. Again, told you I would update the graphic. January 29th in both directions. So that begins Sunday, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. between I-10 and Bandera Road because of the major project. Also, eastbound, there will be full main lane closures from Bandera to La Cantera beginning at 9 p.m. Sunday to 5 a.m. Monday. Also, some ramps involved with that. They're removing the signs as part of that major project. Again, that is Sunday night, 9 p.m. as always, weather permitting. Also, on the east side, the next few Sundays, they will be doing some CPS will be doing some utility work at I-35 and O'Connor. So that will impact things at that intersection. Again, that will be on Sundays during the day. So this Sunday, again, weather permitting. Taking a look at the rest of the area, we still have some traffic issues out there. So we're going to go back to TransGuide now, take you to Highway 90 and 36th Street. You can still see a couple of lanes blocked there, right there near State Highway 151. Had a crash earlier, so we've been following this for more than an hour. Also on Loop 410 here at Ingram, still have a couple of lanes closed there, so keep that in mind this evening. Busy traffic out there, Steve and Myra.
Thank you, Samuel. You ever wonder what would happen if you put a kite up in 50-mile-an-hour winds?
I don't think you'd see it too long.
I think you'd just say, like,
bye.
Hello, Del Rio, and then cut the line.
Justin Horn made a joke earlier. I was really shocked to see Amarillo at the top of the hour had a wind gust of 66 miles per hour. So I sent a picture of that to the weather team because we're just all a bunch of nerds. And Lubbock, Justin Horn said, "Hey, Katie, you could, you'll get some free Lubbock dirt tomorrow."
Yeah.
Because I went to Texas Tech, so
yeah.
Maybe we'll get some Lubbock dirt.
Yeah. Guns up.
Big time win. Hey, men's basketball doing real good. 37 was our morning low, up to 77 this afternoon. Say goodbye to those types of temperatures. It will be significantly cooler tomorrow. 72 now. Enjoy that, especially if you like the warmer weather. We'll talk about tomorrow's cool down and those big time wins coming up.
All right, temperatures going to drop, winds, they're going up. Katie.
Yep, definitely. The whole weekend, though, winds won't be an issue. It's just Saturday. By Sunday, wind speeds will drop, and we've actually got some really nice weather coming up Sunday and Monday. So here's your weekend at a glance. Windy and cooler tomorrow. We had afternoon highs today near 80. We'll be mid-50s tomorrow afternoon with a strong north wind in place. Saturday night, winds start to relax, clear skies, dry air, a light freeze expected Sunday morning. And then look at that improvement Sunday into Monday. Light westerly winds on Sunday, light southerly winds on Monday. That'll help to put us back closer to 70 by Monday afternoon. High temperatures today, well above average for this time of year. 77 at the airport. Our average high is 63, so much warmer than we normally would be this time of year. But it wasn't too uncomfortable. It was very pleasant out there with some lighter winds and also very dry air. 83 the high in Del Rio. You all set a record high yesterday. 85 in Cotulla. Currently, we're starting to cool down a bit, and it's going to be really quiet for the rest of this evening and tonight until about midnight. After that, that's when things will start to change, mainly in the form of increasing wind speeds. But for now, our winds are pretty light, even calm from Pleasanton over to Carrizo Springs. Let's look at what's going on across Texas. Some big time wind gusts starting to pop up across parts of the Panhandle, just shy of 50 miles per hour there in Amarillo, but they did register a 66 mile per hour wind gust just before the start of this newscast. So there is our cold front. It will continue to drop south tonight, and it'll be getting close to the hill country even by the time we get to the night beat later on this evening. But here's how your wind gusts will change by midnight. We're already starting to see increasing winds across the hill country from Kerrville up to Fredericksburg all the way over to Rock Springs. Then after midnight, front continues to push south. By 4 a.m., essentially everyone starting to see gusty winds, wind gusts up to 45, even 50 miles per hour possible, even before the sun comes up in the morning. So if you need to secure any outdoor furniture, patio furniture, any lawn ornaments, even things like bird feeders, stuff like that, you'll want to secure that before you go to bed tonight, because these winds will really start to pick up even before the sun comes up in the morning. Mid-morning, we're still gusting up near 45, 50 miles per hour in many spots. As we get past lunchtime tomorrow, wind speeds will drop out of that 50 mile per hour territory, but it is still going to be plenty windy all through the afternoon and evening. By Sunday morning, finally, we'll start to see these wind gusts drop off, but it will even stay breezy overnight. By Sunday afternoon, things will really settle down everywhere. Something else to note, I just come with great news. Mountain Cedar today was high with a count of 820. You can bet your bottom dollar with this wind coming in tonight, that Mountain Cedar count is going to shoot up big time this weekend. So just take a minute and prepare for that aspect of the forecast. All right, so with the wind, we've also got relative humidity values that will be falling tomorrow. Our air is already pretty dry, but this next front coming in brings in even drier air. So really low relative humidity paired with the gusty winds sets us up for some fire danger. And in fact, we have very high fire danger, according to the Texas A&M Forest Service, all across essentially the entire KSAT viewing area. Even some of our easternmost counties, Gonzales County there, you're at high, but essentially everyone has a concern for fire danger tomorrow. So please just don't do any outdoor burning. We had that one brush fire today. It took a little while to get that one under control. With tomorrow's gusty winds, anything that gets started could easily get out of hand. So please just use caution. Tomorrow, windy. Yep, can't say it enough, but plenty of sunshine. Much cooler, though. Our high temperatures in the afternoon will generally be in the 50s. Thankfully, though, after that, we will start to warm back up a bit. Really comfortable days Sunday, Monday, even Tuesday. Another front, not as windy, though, middle of next week, and then hopefully some low-end rain chances to end next work week. We'll keep you updated there. In the meantime, hold on to everything.
All of it.
Yeah.
Just
yes.
batten it down.
Yep.
Thanks, Katie.
In case you missed it, coming up next.
And a good morning to you. It's Friday, January 14th.
Police say a couple in a red SUV hit another SUV, causing it to flip. That's when the red vehicle took off, hitting another car. It kept on going until they just couldn't anymore. Then they ditched the vehicle and took off. Police caught up with a couple, though. They're now facing charges for not stopping to render aid. City and county officials are coming together this morning. They have healthcare officials with them to help ask people to please, it's time to donate blood if you're able to. Blood drives and other traditional events for people to donate blood have been scaled back because of the pandemic. The shortage of blood supplies could result in hospitals having to postpone surgeries and delaying their treatments. They're also having to carefully ration blood supplies for patients.
Video from Sky 12 of a voracious grass fire. You can see they are attacking it from the ground and above.
This has been a stubborn fire. It has been racing across much of this area in South Bexar County, roughly 100 acres or so.
Disaster averted in Seattle. This house got caught up in a landslide. It was too dangerous for the residents to get back in. But panic was setting in because their dog was caught inside the dangerous home. They found Sammy. Oh, there he is. Big black Labrador. Dude, wait a little bit. Took a second to get him down the ladder, but you can see a very emotional reunion when Sammy got back down to the ground.
Well, there's a look at Highway 90 westbound at 36th. The good news is that crash has cleared. Still some delays on Loop 410 at Ingram, but that has also cleared. Maybe the traffic knows something's about to happen, Kate.
Yeah, maybe so. Everyone getting home. Yeah, we've got big changes coming in overnight. Overnight winds will start to gust near 50 miles per hour. They'll stay that elevated for much of the day tomorrow. Things will start to calm down tomorrow night. By Sunday, lighter winds, and things will be nice for the rest of the holiday weekend. Highs will be back near 70 by Monday afternoon. So hold on to your hats overnight, guys.
Thank you, Katie. Hey, before we go, we got to tell Samuel goodbye. It's his last newscast here at KSAT 12. We're going to miss you, buddy. Aw.
Oh.
You're exiting KSAT 12. Hopefully there's some sort of bridge we've built over this time, but it's just a detour for all of us.
Because I'll miss you guys.
Seriously, Sam. I mean, I said it on Twitter, and I mean it. You have been a valuable part of the KSAT 12 newsroom, and I'm not talking about traffic. I'm just talking about your thirst for news. The public radio in Minneapolis's gain is definitely our loss.
We're going to miss you. Thank you for everything.